Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Halima Folorenshaw. On this channel, I make videos on teacher productivity and how to create resources materials. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. Please don't forget to like this video and share. And if this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking the link. Consider subscribing to my channel. In today's video, I'll be speaking on a topic I've titled, Mistakes Are Okay. Literally, mistakes are okay, especially when learners are learning. While I'm making this video, I'm going to be creating a learning resource for my daughter's learning space. So I try to support her learning to ensure that every point in time she has something that is linked to what she's learning at the moment. So right now she's learning about 3-letter words. This is what it looks like at the moment. Now I'm going to make some new pictures just to put on her learning space to encourage her to support her learning and naturally are afraid of making mistakes or failing. Okay, and that means that when they're afraid of making mistakes or failing, also means that they won't make an attempt at trying new things because they're afraid of making mistakes. But mistakes are actually very important because it gives you an opportunity to understand and know where work needs to be done. Students don't think about their mistakes rationally. They think about it emotionally. It's not rational, like, okay, why did I make a mistake? They don't usually ask themselves such questions. It's usually about, I feel stupid, I feel like a dullard, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So that's about a feeling. So we need to begin to change all of that perspective, because the best gift you can give to yourself as a teacher is to ensure that you change the mindset or the perspective of students regarding, make them understand that mistakes are part of the process. It's a requirement for learning. It's not just about getting the answers wrong or getting the answers correctly. That's not the whole idea. Make your students feel very comfortable with you. Let them know that you're more interested in what they're thinking and actually them getting the right answers. So there are some things that you can actually learn to do in your classroom to ensure that students are more comfortable with actually, expressing what they think or saying what they think, as against trying to be correct or trying to be careful so that nobody laughs at them and things like that. Ensure that students know that your classroom is a safe place and nobody will be judged for trying to make a mistake. Because the moment they don't want to share, it means that you wouldn't even know the child who is learning. Some children will be very vocal. Those are very, very confident children. They would say what they know, they would talk and everything. But then you see the bunch of the other ones who will never say anything because they don't want to be laughed at. So the first thing you need to do as a teacher is to try to train your students, train your learners to respond maturely when another student answers a question incorrectly. That's one thing that they fear so much. They don't want to be wrong because they feel like if they are wrong, they'll be teased. And it's true, you see that a lot happening in schools. A child gets something wrong and they're like, oh, boo, sit down, what are you doing? Oh my God. And then it can actually become something very huge. So I don't blame the child that wants to run away from something like that. But you can actually create an environment in your classroom that makes every child know that it's okay, but in this classroom it's safe. And one of the things that you can actually do is to even have like a display. You know how you have your other displays in your classroom? You can actually have a display in your classroom that says, in this class we make mistakes and that's okay. Or mistakes are a requirement for learning. Have that written out boldly somewhere that you can all see. make room for mistakes. Explain to your students that you need them to make mistakes. That it's not about the mistakes they have made, it's what they do now with the mistakes. So students will start becoming comfortable with making the mistakes in the classroom, because they're going to make them while they're out there in the world. It's not about learning from your mistakes. So they should be able to learn how to learn from their mistakes while they're still young. Model failure. We all know that teachers, yes, you are good at your subject area, you know exactly what you should be doing. However, you do not know everything, right? So sometimes you are going to make mistakes as well. So how would you approach that? When you make a mistake, how do you react? Do you feel shy yourself, or do you try to hide and say, oh, maybe that's not what I'm talking about, or try to change the topic? For you children, people who teach older children, teenagers, you can't do all of that stuff with them, You have to come out to acknowledge your mistake, right? And the way you do it will also make them understand that, it's okay. Even the teacher can make the mistakes as well, right? Provide immediate feedback. That's so important, okay? When a student makes a mistake, don't leave it, don't try to ignore it. Provide immediate feedback. That way they're able to quickly move faster from their mistake, learn from it, and move quickly, okay? Then embrace messy learning. Embrace messy learning. Let your class not be the class where everything has to be perfect. Albert Einstein says, a person who hasn't made mistakes is someone who hasn't tried anything yet, who hasn't tried something new. When is the best time to make a mistake? It's not when you're learning. It's when you're learning. That's the best time to make a mistake, when you're learning new things. So it's okay to make a mistake. Make your children understand that. Another point you want to consider is to think about your learners as your buddies, your allies. You spend a lot of time with them in a classroom. Make them understand that you are there with them through their struggles, through their failures, trying to get it better, through success. Let them not feel like you are the ultimate. Let them not feel like they're disappointing you, the teacher. Rather, oh, this person is with me in this. I trust my teacher, I trust my parents to try to walk through this with me, and not be like, I'm so disappointed in you. How come you did this? I expected so much from you. That just really makes them feel so embarrassed, so less of themselves, and you don't want any of that in your classroom, do you? Another important thing that you can do in your classroom to ensure that students are comfortable with making mistakes is talking to them. Talk to your students, make them feel comfortable. Let there be a proper, effective line of communication between you and your students. Let them feel comfortable opening up their challenges to you without feeling shy or embarrassed, or feeling like, she's gonna think I'm not smart enough, or things like that. Another thing that you want to do is try to encourage them. We all need to remember what it was like growing up as children, as students, right? There's a lot of social and personal pressures, just coming to know yourself, you're becoming more self-aware. They are becoming more self-aware, they're becoming more conscious. There's a lot of things going on, in that age, just so many things going on. So encourage them. Making mistakes may seem like the end of the world for them, but make them understand that it's not actually the end of the world. It's the beginning of a new journey into learning. So let them know that you're on their side, that they have you on their own corner, and that your class is safe. That way, you find out that students begin to share with them, share their ideas. They're not ashamed to, answer questions, and even if they're wrong, their friends understand that it's a learning process, because that's the culture that you have in your classroom. I hope you try all of these things out to ensure that you feel more comfortable making mistakes around you, knowing that you are on their side, and you will help them through the journey and through their struggles. If you like my video, please don't forget to share this video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, this is a really good time for you to subscribe. Please click the subscribe button. I'm going to continue my drawing now, and I'll show you the finished product when I'm done. Until my next video, keep thriving, keep being productive, and all the best.